melanin is popping.
I'll tell you right now, I love my melanin.
There's actually 50 shades of melanin.
Legalize it. Yeah. Melanin.
Cancel. We don't want to hear you no more. Cancel. We don't want to hear you no more. Cancel. Goodbye. Goodbye. Cancel. Goodbye.
Stop. Stupid.
Goodbye. Cancel. We don't want to hear you no more. Cancel. We don't want to hear you no more. Cancel. Cancel. We say that you are canceled.
Give me your card. Give me your card.
Take it.
Give me your card.
Take it.
Give me your card. Decline. Cancel. Cancelled. I'll cancel that. Cancel it. All of
You
it.
canceled.
What the hell?
Canceled. You was bad.
Hey guys.
Canceled.
I'm gonna use that one. Hey guys. Oops. Should I use that?
I did it again.
You want me to do it? Yeah.
No, use it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey guys.
Right.
Card declined. I
Technically.
almost died when you said that. Card declined.
Hey
Guys.
Hey guys. Welcome back to another episode of Highly
Melanated.
Highly melanated.
Highly melanated.
Melanation.
Highly
Melanation.
Melanation in your brain.
Highly
Melanation.
Melanation.
Melanation. Highly melanation. Highly melanation. Highly melanation. Melanation.
Highly melanated.
Melanation.
Podcast.
Your melanin has just increased by 4.2 bajillion quadrillion degrees of asterisk debris.
That's pretty accurate.
Ooh, say less. Yes.
Hey guys. Okay. All right. What? All right. So, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Highly Melanated, where we melanate your palate and feed your soul. I'm saying that out of order. Hey guys, PJ. Ooh, I had a good one. PJ.
Forgot what he's going to say.
You bring me joy.
Yushi. Orange moon.
Red.
Nigga, what's your song?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been feeling really songy lately. Just red.
So I go to the fit.
That's fine.
My name red. Okay. And Blair.
Goodbye.
Okay. Okay. I was trying to think. So you had time to think. Give us time to think.
Go ahead. Blair who?
Blair. Her whole mouth went with that Blair, by the way.
It was like Blair.
The whole thing. Because Mariah Carey posted the video the other day. Blair, I don't want a lot for Christmas.
Okay, and the gang is back, and we're back for another episode where we melanate your palate and we feed your soul.
11/11.
Ooh, yes. Come through, universe.
The last November of said decade.
Why keep moaning?
Someone needs to get laid before the decade is over.
Oh, no.
No, not November.
Yes, I'm semen retention. Semen retention, PJ.
Wow. You just go, okay.
I have to put all my business out there.
Well, there you go.
Semen attention, Eugene.
We gonna talk about it. You gonna put it out there.
Okay. Wow. I'm gonna keep all of that.
Let them know. They gonna know.
And we've had this conversation in episode #TheSex. Red is semen explosion everywhere.
Semen everywhere. Semen everywhere.
And then,
poor Blair's face. Blair's like, oh my God. This is
as she's rubbing her eye.
No. The money shot. No.
Oh God. As always, guys, you can follow us on all forms of social media. That would be Instagram at Highly Melanated Podcast.
You know, people are listening to this intro like, damn, it took them that long to get to the contact information.
A little bit of semen a day makes your life go astray.
Yeah, okay. I am so straight and narrow right now.
In a crooked way.
It's the only way I'll be straight. As I was saying, you can follow, and I'm not cutting any of this shit out. You can follow us, as always, on Instagram at Highly Melanated Podcast. You can email us any questions, comments, concerns at highlymelanatedpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us also on Twitter. I caught it, but it said it already. Goodbye. At Twitter, I love this goodbye.
It's like the AOL log off.
It's like that good day, sir.
That's what we're missing.
As always, on Twitter at H_melanatedpod.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, damn.
Explosions. So glad they added that feature to the restaurant. Good evening, everyone. It's Militant Jeeves. Get in formation! Wow. They've really done some upgrades here. I would like to go around and see if everybody would like to do a toast this evening at the Highly Melanated Manor. But first, I want to go over the special for today.
Ooh.
It is delicious. It is good. It is #cancel this. #cancel this. I would like to go around. No, not yet. I didn't take your orders. I would like to go around the room. Would anyone like to give a toast, and what would be their drink of choice?
I would like a toast.
Of course, my lady.
How about the very dirty Manhattan, please? Thank you.
Of course.
And
would you like
a side of water.
And a side of water?
Yes, please.
Would you like 2 dirty Manhattans?
Just one for now. Sounds good to me. I would actually like to give a toast to our dear PJ.
Hello.
Your love is my love. What was your last name again today?
My love is joy. Your love is joy.
You bring me joy.
Anita Baker, you bring me joy.
PJ, you bring me joy. And Blair, all I want for Christmas.
You got that.
Birthday celebrations for October. No, seriously, I want to give a shout out to Blair and PJ. Celebrated birthdays in October for Libra and Scorpio season. So shout out to them.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
And I blessed them with some purple shirts. Purple shirts.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And because we know black doesn't crack, happy 20th.
Thank you very much. Yo, my boss at work legit thought I was 23.
Beautiful.
Not even gonna lie. She was like, "How old are you? 23?" I was like, "Yeah, girl."
Where she be from on this planet?
Of course.
Where she be from on this planet?
She was also of the melanated persuasion.
Okay, girl.
Oh, but how come she couldn't calculate that? What's going on?
Because she be knowing. Black don't crack.
Unless you want it.
I mean, it ain't supposed to. You know, we
Right.
the right age.
No.
It's everybody else.
Right. How old are you?
Happy birthday.
4 million years old.
I would like to say thank you. Thank you so much for the birthday shout out. I think I want to thank also Blair. I want to say thank you as well. We are so happy to be here. Thank you so much.
What is happening right now?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Blame it on I'll have a toast too.
They're gonna get so canceled for they gonna cancel our asses for this shit.
I don't want to listen to this show no more. Those of you who are sticking around, we appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for that.
I do not
I
share
cannot.
the current opinions and feelings.
Me too.
Okay, the
coming out of
current
my coworkers.
opinions and feelings are the reflections of PJ Phenomenal.
Only.
Only, just me. Hi, guys. So, I want to give my toast to...
Stop it!
I had to open my eyes, too.
Stop it before you get us canceled.
Well, I mean, hey, you said hashtag cancel this.
That just no, that's not.
No,
what
we
this
didn't say
means.
hashtag cancel us.
Right.
No.
Right. So I want to give my toast and my shout out to myself.
Hell yeah.
Come on.
I've never done. I mean, I'm only saying this because
Let's go.
I am after the birthday, right? And I decided that this is going to be the year that, I love my people. I love all of my air quotations friends. I love the people that I be around and who make me happy. But the thing is, I do so much to make everybody else happy and don't do enough to make myself happy.
Okay.
And I've been like going out by myself alone with not a dime in my pocket, and 8 drinks later, I'm on my way home. So I have been enjoying finally the idea of me.
You better,
Me.
Cause bitch, I'm so blessed.
you better get it in and teach me that trick.
You better be out here being treated.
Blessed.
I don't know how
don't know
this
where that
goes, but insert it.
Do not condone that either.
Indeed.
That is not a beat of Wakanda or Zamunda.
Blair said, it's not working now.
Goodbye.
What is going on?
Goodbye.
It doesn't do it. It doesn't.
Yeah.
No.
All right, go ahead.
I see you tried. It's okay.
So hard.
To say goodbye
To say what?
Goodbye.
to yesterday.
Hey.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen y'all in God knows how long. Okay.
It's been a minute.
Forgive us, guys. I'm not even sure how much of this is actually making it in the show or not, but it's been a minute.
I left you.
We've been like really doing our own thing. So
Step.
podcast to listen to.
Step two.
Podcast to listen to. Listen
What you
to.
do without our voices? You know you miss us. Podcast rocks. Highly melanated.
Oh my
melanated.
God. My senses are
melanated.
going crazy.
Goodbye.
Speaking of senses,
Boom.
our melanated senses, as you guys know, every week, those are the things that we see, taste, touch, hear, and smell. Oh my. Oh yeah.
So for you guys that can't see it, he's like,
Which is everybody.
PJ is pushing up his boobs
Both
and
of them.
like
Feeling them.
he's trying to lick
Tasting them.
both and
Touching them, feeling them,
this.
smelling them.
Ah.
Smell them. You didn't smell them.
No, you said touching
yes, you
and then
did.
feeling.
Oh, I did. I
Gotcha.
did. You did. You're right.
Because you did a different type of touch and feel. That's why she said that.
well,
All right
touch
now.
and believe. Okay.
All right, this ain't making it. I'm cutting this out.
All right. Well,
Suckle it.
yes, our melanated senses. Does anybody have a melanated sense? I have a melanated sense, but then also, Red, do you have a melanated sense you want to share with the group?
I raised my hand.
You
I
raised
do.
both hands.
I
He raised his
did.
hands like he was Richard Nixon. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
I can't.
Anyway,
Cancel.
Cancel.
right, cancel that.
Canceled.
Let's see.
Everybody who's gonna get canceled.
Goodbye.
Canceled.
That's the reason why that's there today.
Okay.
Revoked.
My highly melanated sense is the sense of hearing. So for you guys that I think I mentioned it on earlier episodes. I think one of the things that I tried to do was to make sure by the end of this year that I was really making those goals that I put on my vision board. And one of those things was actually to take a stage combat class.
Yes.
So I did that recently.
Yay!
And the class was on Sunday, but they rotate it, so it's not the same type of combat. You could probably do swords, you could do hand to hand, you could do all these different things. This one was whips.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. So it was very interesting to watch.
Like, clench my pearls.
What kind of whip? Like a bull whip?
Like a bullwhip.
As I clutch my pearls.
Yeah.
That's
so
intense.
It was a very interesting experience because like I went in there as there was only 7 people, but like I was the only black man, so already I was all like whips. I felt some kind of way behind that. There was a black woman that was there. And we were just like, learning how to use the whips, and we were just like cracking them and whipping them and, spinning them around. So we were hearing that the entire time. But then also, I think, more so my, I guess what?
Facts.
Wait, I'm gonna get to it. But more so with the melanated sense of sound, it was more so dealing with her, the other black woman that was in the room. I got a chance to like actually, pull her to the side, and we were talking, and she's also an actor as well. And, doing that the entire time, your arm gets tired. So we were able to sit off onto the side and just like really chat it up. And it was like a lot of words of encouragement. And I really appreciated that from her.
Aww,
it was awesome. Like, she's been doing acting for like the past 10 years. And she was like, if you love it, just like really get into it and just like really do it. I told her, and I didn't get a chance to tell you guys, but my dad was like looking to actually do some acting gigs as well.
Nice.
Oh snap!
So
it's a family affair.
Go.
Family affair.
She was like, also giving him words of encouragement as well.
Oh wait, your dad was there too?
No. It was like, she was like, make sure you tell him.
Through you.
Yeah, she was just like, make sure you tell him. And I was like, okay.
Pass along a message.
But I really did like just appreciate just like finding somebody that had like common ground. And I needed to hear that and not think that this was weird that I'm going to like a stage combat class and doing, whips and stuff like that. So
that's dope.
That's my highly melanated.
So I'm going to need you to slide that information along to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Immediately, because I need to get in there immediately.
So just to kind of give them a shout out, because I think they did an amazing job with teaching everybody. We were there for about 4 hours. And then by 2.5 hours, we learned how to like really like manipulate the whip and crack the whip, because those whips are like 7 feet to 9 feet long.
Yeah, them whips as long as shit.
These aren't like whips that you use in the bedroom, as kinky as that. Although I want a whip now, but that's besides that's besides the point. The people that I did it with they're called Jared Kirby, and that's Stage Combat. So they do amazing work, and I really appreciated everything they did. So shout
that's
out.
Dope. My melanated sense is also the sense of hearing, and then I guess also the sense of sight. A couple weeks ago, I went to a performance that a friend of mine puts together. It's called the Black Hours, and it is a spoken word musical kind of collaborated fusion. And for the last couple of months, he's been doing themed ones, and each one is kind of a retrospective of a specific like R&B like artist. So like he did one a couple months ago that was in the key of Jill Scott.
Yes,
and then he did one that was in the key of Usher. And then this last one of 2019, the one that I finally got to go to, I didn't get to go to the other ones because I was working, but I got to go to this one. And this one was in the key of Brandy versus Monica. And it was just so dope because like he's a spoken word artist. So like he would like do like spoken word, and there'd be music playing at the same time. And then it would transition into like somebody singing like either a Brandy or a Monica song. Nice. And that's kind of how like the whole night went. And so, of course, like everybody's like singing along and really getting into it. And it was just such like a dope affair. It was at Soho House. And it was just awesome. It was just a dope gathering of Black people singing Brandy, singing Monica. You know, everybody was like, I'm Brandy, I'm Monica, and singing I Want to Be Down, and sitting up in my room, and all the above. It was super dope.
Boys mine.
So just to give, I guess it's also a shout out to my friend Cyrus, who puts that event together. Again, it's called the Black Hours. It will be back in 2020. This was the last event of 2019, but it's going to be back in 2020. And then he actually has another event coming up where he is a featured artist. It's the Wild Project presents That Blackness Volume 1, an anthology of poetry and spoken word with Cyrus Aaron. So check him out. Get tickets to it. It's going to be dope. I promise you it's not going to disappoint. You can go to his Instagram to get the information. His Instagram is officially Cy. Again, that's officially Cy, CYOFFICIALLYCY. Check it out.
All right.
Just send us those links because that was a little bit too much. I got lost in the translation.
No worries.
I put all the information actually in.
Gimme.
So, ladies and gentlemen, sound like we need to get into what our meal of the evening is going to be. Cancel culture. Calling out fuck boys. And everybody in between.
You're done.
And with that, we're going to be eating some chicken wings, French fries, mozzarella sticks, everything in between, and nachos. I don't know what you're trying to tell me.
Oh, I was going to say raisins, but those are canceled.
Canceled! Goodbye. And with that being said, y'all can't even stay humble because y'all just canceled. So go ahead, put your cards in the basket. We gonna set that shit on fire because you ain't getting it back. Nope. So with that being said, cancel that. And with the first thing we're gonna get on, which everybody knows, and I think this is a very shared public opinion.
Please.
We're gonna start with the most crazy, who used to be loved, but now he's just crazy, Kanye. In his gospel album, talking about he is taking a stand against pornography.
All right.
Fuck it. Just let's not even talk about it. Canceled.
Oh.
Moving on. Goodbye. No. All right. What are we saying about that? How do we feel about that? Can't a person grow?
How do you cancel something that your wife built an empire upon, and is still continuing with that empire? Like, I mean, what?
No. I don't know about any of that. I really don't, because I stopped listening to that nigga so long ago. I miss the old Kanye.
Don't worry, a lot of us do.
Yeah, I think we all do.
I think we all agree.
He is as album. He is as like I said before. It took me forever to find out, but he is in the sunken place.
That sounds like he's like in. I was about to say something really bad.
It's like he got transported back into time, like snatched.
I wish they would just snatch his ass back. I mean,
here's
the thing. All right, so like,
it'd be a breach of contract.
As still a.
I mean, he is signed for life, so.
He's signed to Jesus, isn't he? I'm still a Kanye lyrical fan. Old Kanye, but like all this other stuff, I really couldn't care shit. I stopped listening to that motherfucker a long time ago. I'm not bothering to even try to listen to Jesus is King.
But what is?
But he taking a stand against pornography, like.
So I haven't listened to the album yet. So like, what exactly like? Did what is his stance against pornography? Like,
no, that isn't on the album. I read an article that mentioned it.
Is like,
no, on the album. So there's a song on there where it's called Sunday, and he's talking to his wife, and he's like, put the social media away. Sunday's for our family. Let's give praise to Jesus. Jesus is King. He has a song on there where he's like going off on his pops. He has a couple of actually some okay song, but then he started going real left, and I'd be like, yeah, you preaching, bro, and you're not a pastor.
What did he say
what
about
are
pornography?
You saying?
I heard that he asked everybody while he was working on this album, he asked everybody who was also working on the album to abstain from premarital sex. I thought that was interesting.
Well, that's not going to even happen. I just like certain things are just like not even realistic. But
I thought that was interesting. That he like required that of anybody who was working on the album.
All like pre no nut November. Like
no
one's doing that.
Pre no nut.
No, right. Pre cum. Sorry.
My dad left a Playboy, had a Playboy left out when I was 5, and it affected almost every choice I've made for the rest of my life, age 5 to now, having to kick the habit.
Goodbye.
It just presents itself in the open like it's okay. I stand up and say, it's not okay. Raunchy rhymes have long been a part of Kanye's catalog for his career, so what is he talking about?
I need to know who this person is.
That Playboy I found when I was 5 years old was written all over the VA moments at the time.
Who is this news anchor?
That was such a script out of this rock star's life. Some people drown themselves in drugs, and I just drown myself in addiction.
Drown.
So, Uzi acts others to fast storing potions of creating and also not partaking in any premarital sex at times, which he knew would receive some blowback once it became public. It seemed as if he wanted the creative process to maintain its purity while the team locked in and built a camaraderie. When people pray together and fast together, the power is increased, said Ye.
I just find this funny.
Now that I'm in service to Christ, my job is to spread the gospel, to let the people know what Jesus has done for me. And that there is a basis of taking the stance against pornography.
No. I couldn't imagine being on this team because you'd be like, you're not going to have premarital sex, right?
I mean,
and
I'd
be like, no.
Oh.
So he's like taking this extreme
Right.
stance. It's something that he's going to the extreme of, and it also makes me wonder, like, how long is Kim going to stay with him? I mean, I know they got all them babies, but she do got more money than him, so it's not like she needs his ass.
I don't know. I don't feel like this is really out of character for him. I feel like he takes things to the extreme, and he does things that make people look at him sideways sometimes. But I think that he's very, like, whatever it is that he is feeling at that moment, he feels it intensely. So it comes out like on like level 10.
Mm-hmm. He's almost like satirical because that's what satire is. You're just taking it to the extreme and you just like, that's not realistic, but what if?
Shout out to all the Geminis out there.
Twins.
He's a Gemini.
What up, those twins?
And I get it. So, here's the
Why
weird
are you
thing.
even still talk about this? You could have told me that in the beginning. I'd have been like, nah.
Goodbye.
I mean, but here's the thing. I get it. Like, even I said this before, like, I understand where he might have been coming before with his, like, rants and raves about, like, so many different things, even, like, the slavery is a choice. And as far as, like, us living in that slavery mentality and this and that, whatever, I understand, like, what he wanted to say, but, like, the words didn't come out right. But all of this right now, after you just had an album with all these naked people on the cover. And
I just want to know the thing.
I don't have any. I mean, here's the thing.
You have to repent.
Sorry.
Kanye also at the same time is a money man. So whatever we're talking about him, so it's going to, give him money. It's going to have him in the conversation. So I have no desire. So, anyway.
Goodbye.
So how about this?
That was good.
That was actually what was it?
Right, that was a perfect transition.
That worked.
So how about this? T.I. takes his daughter to the gyno to make sure she's still a virgin and test for her hymen.
I mean, okay. So wait, pause. This is the first time I'm hearing about some shit like this. How old is she?
18.
She's a grown woman then. But okay. Okay. Maybe
he's emphasizing his right as a
maybe,
parent to steer his daughter away from what is considered bad.
Maybe I shouldn't speak because I don't have a vagina. So I mean, I don't. I if I had a daughter, I'm trying not to sound problematic, but
Goodbye.
I just I don't see the problem in that if she was younger. Maybe
then you're gonna be in
18.
trouble because most hymens break when the girls stick her goddamn finger in the shit.
So why is she thinking like that?
This is what I mean. Like, that's why it deserves to be canceled because Why are you doing all that? Where were you? Like, why were you like making
Doing
sure
the
that?
most. So
right,
what's
making sure.
supposed to happen now? Like, okay, so you go to the gyno with her. She's not a virgin. Now what?
He's gonna lock her in the castle like Jaime Lannister. Not Jaime Lannister, like Tyrion Lannister.
Oh no!
In the wing with the
when he was in the barless jail.
Yeah, by the wings, by the sky, by the wings. What the fuck?
You want wings?
Yeah, I smoked before I came in here, so does this make more sense now?
Yeah,
Yes,
it does.
it does.
Exactly.
Everything makes a lot more sense now.
All right, so on a serious note, T.I. So on a serious note, I thought about this whole idea of like canceling folks because I keep hearing everybody talk about, oh, he canceled, she canceled, she canceled, she canceled. But what if? Because I'm sure you guys heard about the Naperville, the Buffalo Wild Wings. Since you said chicken wings, I wanted to bring that up.
Mm-hmm. You said chicken wings.
No, actually, she made the meal, boo-boo. Thank you.
Said
Don't
chicken
tell me
wings
what
for
I
the
said.
meal, and it's all flavors of chicken wings.
I just said, give me the chicken wings, man.
Including the atomic hot that you got to sign a waiver for, because if you get burnt in your mouth, it ain't my fault.
All right, well, then bring the wings.
I'm going to sign them in as PJ Ryan. Number one, has anybody ever eaten at Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Isn't it so good? Good?
No, actually,
I make them better,
There's
but you
better.
know, and if you drunk,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, okay, so that's the point.
Yes, if you drunk.
Okay, so
Because
that's the
Cluck
point.
You is it, but.
They have cluck
Cluck
you?
you.
But you mean who? Cluck You
Oh,
chicken.
weird. It's here?
Wait,
No.
it ain't in New York for real?
No, I don't think cluck you is in here.
There's no one here.
I know cluck you, but I don't think cluck you is here. Just say goodbye.
So wait, all right. So this is the point I'm trying to make first.
Oh my gosh.
So for those of you who don't know, there was a family of 18 that was being out for a party, and there was a couple that went in. And this is in Naperville, Illinois, which, by the way, when I worked for H&M, shout out to the third worst place I've ever worked. I went out there in Naperville, and Naperville is a very racist town in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and it's also like borders Aurora, or however you pronounce that. Who is Aurora? Maleficent's daughter.
Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, it's right around Sleeping Beauty. And yeah, so I had some, I agree with how racist they can be. So anyway, so a family of 18 came inside there and had a party for some of their kids' birthdays. And this white man, and whoever else was with them, just a party of two, told the management that they were uncomfortable and they wanted them to leave. And management actually let them leave. Took the party of two over the party of 18 because they felt they were uncomfortable. They didn't want to work. They didn't want to eat there because the people were black, right? Since then, the manager got fired, right? Would you cancel Buffalo Wild Wings altogether?
I mean, Buffalo Wild Wings didn't do it.
Right.
That's kind of like the situation what happened with Starbucks at that time.
Right.
It was happening at different
Starbucks didn't
Starbucks.
do
But then we were supposed to be boycotting Starbucks at that time.
No, the part of the problem is
Because
that
that was a rule at Starbucks.
Right. The company needs to be able to take action. If the company's not taking action and doing what they're supposed to be doing, then yes, that entire corporation needs to just be destroyed. But if it's just one person, you can't control the actions of an individual.
I mean, it wasn't
That person's canceled.
It wasn't a rule at Buffalo Wild Wings that, you remove a party if another party is uncomfortable with those people being there and they're not if there isn't cause for them to dismiss people from the restaurant. Like if it had been a corporate rule or something, then we could talk about canceling Buffalo Wild Wings. But in this instance, it was specifically the manager there.
Oh, so how all niggas love Chick-fil-A, and Chick-fil-A is completely against homosexuality and LGBTQ rights.
I don't need a Chick-fil-A.
But I mean, and so many people at the beginning were
like
canceling it, but then it's good. So what do you do?
So that
both.
gets into what my issue is. And when we first talked about we were going to be talking about
I like LGBTQ
cancel culture
and Chick-fil-A.
I can't.
Sorry, Blair.
Okay.
I like both.
Well, we first talked about this whole idea of cancel culture. I have issues with cancel culture, just the idea and what it's supposed to like represent, because I feel like it's not sound. Like, I feel like in some instances of it, like, it's
Stacey
meant
Dash's
to be, you know, serious, and like it's supposed to be, you know, bringing up like, hey y'all, this is a real issue that we really need to do something about. And then other times it's like, it's very flippant, like, oh, you canceled. There's
True.
like,
Yeah,
there's joyfulness and buoyancy about it.
True.
So it's like, which one is it?
Ben Carson is
It's
canceled.
very microwavable.
I feel like
Except Ben Carson,
I
who's
feel
canceled.
like when cancel culture originally started, like, you know, when the idea of it and like the term of it was first brought up, it was supposed to be kind of like the new age way of boycotting. And our generation as it exists, we don't have the same level of commitment and resiliency and strength to do the boycotting like they used to do back in the day. And I feel like this idea of cancel culture is representative of the lack of, you know, perseverance that we have to be able to really stick with something. And like, when something is really an issue and it needs to be addressed and it needs to be boycotted or it needs to be dealt with, like, it's hot and heavy for like the moment until the next thing comes along and we forget all about it.
I mean, this like even goes back to the whole R. Kelly thing.
Social media. Oh, child.
I mean,
you are
'cause
not lying
I mean,
about
because
was R.
that.
Kelly supposed
it-
to have been canceled?
Oh,
Yeah, again, please. Stutter that shit.
like it boggles my mind, especially when I go into a barbershop and I hear it, and I'm like, one guy I can recall this very. We had a great conversation because the barber was like, who was cutting hair, he was like, yo, dude, I'm turn it off. And the other guy who was controlling the music, he was like, I love this song. He was like, and he stood up and he said, we are not going to sit here and like allow a known sex offender to be distributed, and there are women here, and you're not even going to actually like, you know, say anything to, you know, you could be offending her right now, and you should be already, that could be your daughter, that could be your sister, that could be anybody that you know, so you're supporting them, and this is proven. So this is like, I wouldn't say, is it proven? Can we? I mean, we can all say it's proven because I think most of us have seen the video of him peeing on the girl.
Yeah, he did.
Unfortunately.
The nigga married Aaliyah.
I'm
well,
probably
we've
in
seen
that
the
small
marriage.
margin of people who have not
Aaliyah
seen
into
it.
this
You don't have to.
And I don't want to
Unfortunately,
see
it's a
it.
thing.
You don't have to.
That's not something I
I
want
saw the video. He
I
peed
love
on that
how we
little
stop
girl.
talking over each other.
Nah, I don't need to
No,
see
he
that.
peed on that little girl, and he married Aaliyah.
So I mean, so it's the idea of, if we're gonna cancel somebody, like, in my mind, right? Okay, for me, I canceled, and I hate to even say this, but I support it in general. Chrisette Michele was canceled for me the moment she like performed
Same.
for Donald Trump, and I loved
Word.
Chrisette Michele.
Yes.
Again, she's hit or miss on stage, but I loved her music.
Mm-hmm.
So now, like, it hurt to like really hit delete. It didn't hurt to hit delete for R. Kelly. It hurt to hit delete for her because she performed at his inauguration.
You know, that's actually still affecting her career today.
Yeah, it should.
Like, we don't go to see her, period.
But let me ask you, like, what makes it so microwavable? Like, why is it that you feel like that we don't have like the resiliency that maybe we did in the past to like say, you know what, we're just not going to deal with certain like people or certain corporations, like Chick-fil-A. Like, that seems to be. I had a conversation with actually one of our frat brothers recently about a whole conversation about Chick-fil-A.
Ole.
And he was just saying, you know, I get what you're saying. I told him like why I didn't like Chick-fil-A. He was like, but it's chicken. He was like, and at the end of the day, no one is going to sit down and be like, hey, you can't, hey, you gay, don't eat our chicken. Like, you know, so he felt like the opposite. Like, he didn't agree with what Chick-fil-A was necessarily saying, but he felt like, all right, well, who's going to stop me from being, you know, doing what I need to do?
Is that kind of like when Tommy Hilfiger said, oh, I don't make this for niggers, but all black people bought his stuff?
He's been canceled for me for the longest.
But at the time when he said it didn't get canceled. That's all I'm saying.
It's similar. It's closed.
It's played out now, but
it's very similar. It's closed. It's like what it
directly on Oprah show.
I know, but people feel like it's closed, so it's just like, okay, well, whatever. I'm just gonna wear it. It's similar with, you know, Chick-fil-A. All right, well, they said this, but what are they gonna really do about it? Other than them kind of telling everybody that like that's being gay is wrong.
You are supporting a company, putting money into a company that hates you.
I not necessarily.
And across the board, I mean, look, and across the board, there are hundreds of companies that we don't know, but you know, there are lists of all the companies that supported to Donald Trump's like re-election committee. You said
Berea, the pasta.
Uh-huh.
Barilla? Barilla. I don't know, whatever.
Barilla.
I don't buy it. I buy Key Food brand.
I buy ragu, and just put some tomatoes on it because it's really thin.
But yeah, no, but like, what is that? Like, why don't we have that same resiliency?
I think it's because people don't feel like it is directly affecting them. And like, so the bus boycott, for example, like that was something that was like directly affecting people's everyday experience, like Black people taking the bus, being told to sit in the back, being told to, stand up if somebody white gets on. Like, I feel like every Black person in that era could really identify with that because it was directly happening to them and they were sick of it. I don't think we have that same experience today where it's something so universal that it directly affects us, but more so it directly affects people around us or people that we know. And we don't have that same ride or die like mentality as if it were happening directly to us.
Because people have more options. People have more comfortability today. People don't know what it's like to walk out the door and they immediately have to walk on the opposite side of the street. They immediately have to put their head down and they can't look a white person directly in the eyes.
Right.
Today we're trying to break ceilings. So because there's so many opportunities, there's so much comfortability, that's why people feel like it's not directly affecting them. And then the societal play on social media and, of being in and being cool and doing what your friends are doing and seeming relevant. Like, I heard somebody in this group say cancel Popeye's fried chicken sandwiches, which I'm not opposed to because I don't get the hype. You know what I mean?
I don't understand.
Cancel it, please, because
the fact that people over here getting stabbed over a chicken sandwich.
Okay, so
are you serious?
Yeah, so I didn't know about this.
Are you?
Until not too long ago.
Oh, you must ain't noticed because the one by me is packed out the door every day.
I'm just like
until they ran out.
I don't understand.
People are
like
doing...
I saw like all these posts about like how Popeyes was hiring X thousand more employees to like be ready for the next wave of this chicken sandwich. And I'm like, first of all, I didn't realize it was that big a deal the first time around. I was like, everybody's fiending for this damn sandwich. And then now that it's back, like everybody's legit. Like I saw a video the other day of like a drive-through of people at Popeyes.
I saw
and
that
like
video.
People were trying to cut the lines.
Yeah.
So people were over here legit like ramming their cars in the poles and
I
trying
saw
to
that
stop people
too.
from cutting in front of them. I was like, is it that serious?
It's not even-
And you know
It's
what's
not even
crazy
that
about
good.
behind it is the fact that people are trying to get away from Chick-fil-A. So now Popeyes, which is supposedly not canceled, is getting all the business that Chick-fil-A. Options,
Well,
it's
I don't know.
comfortability.
It's just a
Options
chicken
and
sandwich.
comfortability.
I don't get it. It's not even that good. Yes, I fucking said it. It's not even
It's
that good.
not. I tried it once and I was like,
Somebody
meh.
needs to say
I was waiting for you to try it. I really
tried it. I
was
was like,
because I
meh.
was just like, what is this?
I still haven't, and I refuse.
I
It's
haven't
not-
either.
I'm not missing anything because
No.
I mean, hey, I'm
Don't
one
go
of the,
there. You
I'm
might
one of,
get
I'm one of the
stabbed,
few
like, for the
people
first-
that, regardless of whatever it might be, I still love Wendy's spicy chicken. That's just me.
All right.
So hey,
Hey, Wendy.
add some cheese, put some extra pickles on it, no mayo.
Keep the pickles, but
Shout out to my favorite Carrot Top.
So, but here's the thing. I mean,
Yo,
like,
Wendy's Twitter is clapback
bet
capital.
you. I bet you years down the road they're going to find out what they've done to this chicken to make it such a craze. Because I guarantee you, it has to have something in it. And I can't say anything because I haven't had it, maybe, but I have an idea because there's no way in the world that
You
a
ain't
sandwich
lying.
can be.
I mean, part of me really thinks
This is
that
part of the
it's
zombie
more about the
apocalypse,
hype
I'm telling
than
you.
anything else. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but like during
You're right.
like this first wave of like this infatuation with this chicken sandwich, it wasn't that the chicken sandwich was brand new. Like that sandwich had been on the menu, but for some reason, it instantaneously became like this super popular thing that everybody had to have. That's all marketing. Like, that's all marketing.
Wait, but I'd like to say that they didn't spend a penny on marketing.
Exactly.
That was all Black Twitter.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
Exactly.
And
You're welcome.
and then everybody was all mad when people would make comments in reference to, and I made comments in reference to people who were saying, you know, support your friends the way you support these businesses. Support your friends who are doing things at the way you support celebrities you don't know. You know, and that's why, you know, I just don't get it. I just like the $5.99 or however much it costs could have went into someone that you know has their own t-shirt business and you just like supporting them, not asking for a friend.
Or somebody that wants to start their own
chicken sandwich.
Or somebody
Just
that wants to
one
start
less.
their own chicken business. Like what the
Like, exactly.
Give them your
You know?
$6.
I mean, for real. So, I mean, like, the other problem that I think I have with cancel culture, but not really the only problem I have, is just that because everything happens so quick that we don't get the chance. Example, when we were talking before about the whole Jussie Smollett thing and how, you know, we immediately Jussie Smollett. Smollett.
Juicy
Smollett.
Juicy.
And
He's dying.
Did you say Smollett?
You just completely interrupted
What does
our
that
shit
say?
for 15 minutes.
For 15 minutes?
Thank you.
50
Kindly.
cents or more can save you more.
For the fucking interruption.
Geico
Cancel
Insurance.
That
I was like, I
motherfucker.
can't even see what that says.
I do. Write it on the
Witness-
marker.
Silly ass cancel walk.
Yes.
Okay.
About Juicy Smollett.
So you know, okay, wait.
Cancel
So
him.
yeah, so like, you know, we were saying all these things, and then come to find out that, you know, there are more to Meets story. And then they quickly, like, you know what, he's canceled. We're not going to support him. And then, you know, it's all these different. There are these different arguments that we jumped so quick to, like, cancel somebody, like canceling Kevin Hart when he said what he said about gay people, and then back in the, like, 4, 5, 6 years ago, and then still has to apologize to it now. I mean, you know, somebody just has to, you know, say sorry. You know what I mean? But you know, I mean,
Well, I think that part of the reason, like, what you're saying is, like, we're so quick is because that's just the age that we live in now, where information is so, like, instantaneous and people make snap decisions about
everybody
everything
wants to block
so
somebody
quickly.
for something. I want us to have a conversation about blocking, like, so bad, because, I mean, I don't want to get into it now, but I think that this whole, like,
Because we only have 15 minutes.
okay, guys, for all of you who don't know, the studio people came and said,
Rude.
"Niggas, get out."
Like,
So yeah, but, like, he's canceled. So
his cancel
Said that
walk.
earlier. I know, just canceling all up and down this hall.
You know what I'm
Go
saying?
cancel yourself out.
My.
Walking like he.
And I'm gonna keep this all in, too.
That's all right. Go cancel.
I just wish that there was some other way that, and, you know, instead of just saying canceled, that we actually did something.
Well, I think that's the thing, and just what I was talking about before. Like, I think we need to decide collectively or individually what you mean when you say canceled. Like, are you saying it as, like, a trendy, like, flippant thing to say, or are you saying it because there actually needs to be some type of stand taken against what's happening right now?
Because what you guys have to understand is that the black community spends trillions and trillions of dollars into the economy. And if we were truly to stand up and actually take a stance like our ancestors did, where it was a true thing, that it wasn't just a trendy topic for today and gone to tomorrow, that we actually took a stance and we actually canceled these things, it would actually make a true difference. Because, for example, if all black people were to come together and truly cancel Chick-fil-A would close. I don't care what none of y'all say. Chick-fil-A would close. If we stopped going to Chick-fil-A for 1 week, Chick-fil-A would close. If we stopped going to Walmart, who underpays their employees, Walmart would close. So when we say canceled, it's not just, oh, you canceled because it's being cute. No, you have to know what you're talking about. You have to be educated. You have to sit down and understand what those before you went through in order to make this happen. And if you think back and you go back in history and you look at the ones who were before us that fought, they were all high school and young 20s. They were young people that were doing this, but they knew what they were doing. So when they sat down at Woolworth, do your history, look the shit up.
Okay.
And they sat in those 4 chairs. Those young men were in college when they did that. And they took a big stance that affects us to today, to the point where Woolworth ain't even open no more.
You know, it's funny that like, you know, now that I teach now and I like teaching these kids, and I'm always remembering that when I was a kid, everybody seemed so old, but they were just in their 20s and early 30s. And so now, even like looking back on everything now that we have seen, and all the people, even from like King to whoever, everybody was of this age.
Yes.
And it's just generational.
Including Malcolm X, yes.
I really wish that people would just understand what it really means. If you're going to cancel somebody, be fucking consistent.
Because it's the young people that put the fire underneath the asses of the old ones to make the absolute change that is needed in this world today.
So who's not canceled really quick that's been canceled?
Ooh,
really quick.
Well,
that's not canceled that has been canceled?
Back to Chrisette Michele, because you said that you canceled her, but she did say that she regretted doing the inauguration. So she's still canceled in your book?
But no, she's still canceled
because
in everybody's
in
book.
the first place?
Because her concerts are failing. So she's canceled in everybody's book. It ain't just our book.
I'm asking you specifically because you said that you canceled her because she decided to perform
have a good
the
example of someone who was
okay.
canceled.
So why is she still canceled even though she had said that she
regrets it
doing
only because it affected her check.
Exactly.
She only came on board for the check. It's okay if you wanted to say at the very beginning, look, life is life. I need a check. And y'all ain't buying my albums because they weren't. So she did it, and she said that she was wearing this Basquiat skirt to make a statement. No motherfuckers know about Basquiat like that. So she didn't own up to it. And the only reason why I regret doing this is because the nigga said, you know what, fuck you, bitch. If you have your way, you be doing much better. But no, she's not now. I mean, these are the titles of her songs, and I love her music. So, and it hurt to delete her. It really hurt. It hurt so hard.
But that does bring up a very valid point. When can a person redeem themselves? Is like for the rest of her life? That's it. What does she have to do?
Conservative and non-forgiving.
And then right after she had 2 songs, and they were real black songs, like uplifting, like Daniel Brooks' song, "Woman." Is she tried to appeal to people by her music, but I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for a majority because that feel the same way. Too little, too late.
Controversial canceled, and I don't wasn't canceled. I'm sorry, continue your statement.
No, that was it. I don't think that in order for, you have to really understand why and realize and accept it and own it and say, you know what, I fucked up. I shouldn't have done this. And not to do it for the media or anybody else, but to say, look.
I was just wondering when, because, like something like that, people are still allowed to grow. So, like, if somebody says something,
Mary, it's only one Mary. It's Erica and her sister. She's been canceled since she said those horrible, like, weird, dumb things about Trump, supporting him because he's a Christian and this and that, whatever.
So I got a controversial one.
So it's only one Mary.
Of someone that was actually canceled, that came back from being canceled. Chris Brown. Chris Brown got canceled after that tiff with him and Rihanna.
Chris Brown has always been kind of canceled.
No.
I think in the general
he got
culture,
canceled. He got canceled.
Like nobody has an issue with him anymore.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
at
when
that
all
time,
that first came out, he was like everybody was like he was on everybody's shit list. And now
it took
almost
2 or 3
to the
years
point that people have kind of forgotten that it happened.
And they've forgotten that it happened. And then here's the weird thing. So Rihanna, she they have a song now coming out together, and
they had one before after that.
They've had several, but there's a new one, not a song coming out, but it was something that she was doing for Fenty.
She played one of his songs in her Instagram video where she was showing off stuff. His song was playing in the background.
Right. And here's the thing: she don't want to be the face of like a domestic abuse. So if she's willing to get past it. Now, she's the person who did this. This happened to. If she's willing to get past it and willing to forgive or publicly say or publicly appreciate or whatever it is, then okay. Maybe then there's like some like level of, something.
She did that with Oprah, in case you guys don't know what she's talking about. Yeah. When she bought her mom my house.
Yeah. So, well, she did. So, but it's just, it's a touchy thing, but something.
I feel like that again goes back to like what I was saying before about like why we don't have this same level of commitment with canceling that our ancestors used to have, because it didn't happen directly to us.
Because niggas ain't like how our ancestors
comfortability
used to be.
and options. It's comfortability and options. It's us not knowing it feels like to truly struggle. Yeah, we go to work and we hit and we deal with white privilege, but guess what? At the end of the day,
we have options.
We walk away and we got options. Back then, you didn't have no option. If you wanted the job that we got today, you got to deal with certain stuff and you got to keep your head low and you got to go, yes, a boss.
Again,
niggas today ain't saying yes, a boss. They gonna be like,
the bus boycott, you know? The bus was the way, like, you were able to get around.
Now you got
take
Uber.
the bus.
Now you got Lyft.
You had to walk. You have Lyft. You have Uber.
Yeah.
You can
Subways.
walk. You could take the subway. You have options.
Back then it wasn't. It was the bus.
So it was like, okay, option A isn't
Or walk
working.
and get
Let me
lynched.
just go ahead and pop on to option B. Oh, option B isn't working. Guess I'll move over here to option C.
And if I'm going to not go to Starbucks, I guess I'll go to Hungry Ghost. I guess I'll go to this.
Dunkin' Donuts. I'll go to Gregory's Coffee. I've got places where I can go.
Comfortability.
You know what? The next time we're going to have this conversation, we're going to have this conversation with a listener in the studio. And because I want to further this conversation because we got cut short. So,
ooh, that means it's time for dessert.
Yeah.
By
Okay.
15-minute man.
Well, now it's 5.
Oh, yeah.
No, 15-minute man.
Shout out Missy.
She's never called.
Who's
Cancel.
always honored. A goodbye.
Okay, that too. Okay,
both.
so dessert time. What are we having for dessert today? Ooh, okay. Your favorite flavor of cupcake and your final thought.
All right, so I'll go first as usual. My favorite cupcake is. I'll go first just because.
I didn't say anything.
You want to fight?
Meet me outside.
We gotta get outside.
Catch me outside.
How about that?
She canceled. My favorite. All right, so my favorite kind of cupcake is just a plain old. No. You know what? I'll take a yellow cupcake with cream on the inside, like a sunny. What is that called? Sunny. I was about to say Sunny Delight. Sunny Day.
That's why I was like looking at you.
We were
Don't,
like,
Sunny.
don't you say it.
No, but it's the Hostess snack. Like they come in chocolate and.
Oh yeah, I need to talk about.
Yeah.
Now that's the stuff.
And my final thought I'll leave with is before you cancel someone, make sure that you, if you're going to cancel someone, be consistent and know why you're actually canceling them and be able to back it up. And
Like
don't
a U-Haul
uncancel.
truck.
Whoop, whoop. It didn't go because the volume was down.
Goodbye.
It stuttered. My cupcake is going to be a brownie cupcake. Yes, thank you, please. And my final thought is when you are in the midst of canceling somebody, stop, take a moment, think about all the dumb shit that you done said. And let's see if you're on that list to be canceled.
Goodbye.
I heard that. If you don't say what I want you to say, you got problems
Oh my God.
for your cupcake flavor.
Am I canceled? Like, what's going on? I will have. I'm so afraid now because Blair's just staring at me. I will have a red velvet cupcake.
Thank you.
Jeez.
Thank you.
I
What
felt like,
kind of icing?
I felt like I was pressured into doing that.
Red velvet's not real. Go ahead.
Wow.
What kind of icing?
Cream cheese?
There you go.
And my final thought is really just cancel Popeye's chicken. Like, I can't, I fucking can't. Like, just get rid of that thing because people dying. World peace to 2020. Like, what the hell?
It's ridiculous. Pretty damn ridiculous.
Okay?
Yes.
That's all I gotta say.
Yes.
Mic drop.
My flavor.
because I can't stop laughing.
Oh, he really canceled her mic. Wow. My flavor of cupcake is going to be a snickerdoodle cupcake, also a cream cheese frosting. Yum. And
That only belongs on carrot cake.
No one cares about what you think. Cancel.
Apparently,
Goodbye.
And my final thought is I want people to understand what it really means to boycott. And if you're saying cancel thinking it means boycott, you're wrong. Because as we've discussed today and as we've seen and as people are probably using their everyday vernacular, cancel can mean something very casual, and that's not what a boycott is. So if you are saying cancel or cancel culture in the sense of like some type of change needs to be evoked, and this is the only way we can get our point across is to completely cut something off to show people like the detrimental effect it'll have if we don't support X, Y, and Z anymore, then just please, for my peace of mind, just say boycott and don't say cancel, because the whole idea of like cancel culture is always going to be something that's very kind of just casual and flippant to me.
You know, it sounds like
Take it
people.
serious.
You know, it sounds like people said when they say cancel, they mean postpone.
I mean, yeah, put it off to later.
Facts.
Just say postpone.
Just say postpone until you don't feel some type of way about it anymore.
Just say I'm gonna
basically,
postpone that shit.
and that's the end of that.
Yes, postpone culture.
New term.
New term alert.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for taking time to listen to another episode of Highly Melanated Podcast. As always, guys, you can follow us on all forms of social media. That would be on Instagram, Highly Melanated Podcast. On Twitter, that's H_Melanated Pod. You can email us any questions, comments, and concerns at highlymelanatedpodcast@gmail.com. Also, you can go to our website at www.highlymelanatedpodcast.com. And again, we will be releasing the next episode or the next installment of Highly Melanated Voices, which again is your voice. And the question that we proposed, and people have been giving great answers, I can't wait to put this out, is number one, what lessons from your elders have you learned that have stuck with you to this day? And number two, if you were to leave a gem based on your experience in this life, what would be yours? All right. Thank you again. And good night. In the words of those who were canceled first, canceled before us, and canceled after.
Not postponed.
Okay. No. Love, peace, and postponement.
Love, peace, and postpone. Love, peace, and
Goodbye.
That worked. Okay.